This is Juniper Shimpaku received in September. I waited 6 months to kind of let it grow, get healthy before I decided to do something with it. Here, I'm studying the tree, examining the branches, and then thinking about what the design is going to be. Instead of just cutting and removing some of the unwanted branches, I'm cheap, so I decided to air layer some of them. After I added the air layers, I put it back on the bench and let it sit for another few months. This is my Shimpaku Juniper that I got for my birthday last year. I haven't touched it because it was a relatively expensive tree for me anyways, and I didn't want to do anything to jeopardize its health or screw up in any way. Those dead branches are actually air layers that I'm taking, and so the tips have gotten brown and maybe they've died, but there were branches marked for removal, so who knows if they'll survive. And if they don't, it's not a big deal. Today I will do some thinning on the tree to allow additional light and vigor to the new shoots and remove some of the old ones. So that's what we're going to work on today. Just want to do a close-up on what I'm cutting off. This type of growth right here on the branches that I'm going to gin is really not necessary. So all this will come out. No need for the tree to waste its energy on these guys, because I will turn this into a gin. Okay, here you go. I've done some thinning on this tree, cleaned out all the crotches, and got rid of all the little small growth along the trunk line. Try to open it up and give it some more light. Let's give it a spin, okay? So I put a whole bunch of air layers on this, and only I think 1 or 2 took. The rest did not. So I'm going to start the process, start removing some of the unwanted branches on here. And I've been hesitant to style this thing because I didn't want to mess it up. It's my birthday tree. But here we go. So it looks like this thing did root a little bit. There's one tiny root on here. But I'm not going to let it stay on there. I'm just going to cut this thing off. Maybe just put some more powder on that and then throw it in some dirt and see what happens. Okay, so I took off all of the air layers. A couple of them rooted, so I got about 30% on this tree. Some of them didn't make it. But what makes this tree really cool is the trunk line here. It's a beautiful trunk line, and I want to show it off. And some of those branches were definitely blocking that view. So I'm going to clean it up and then style this tree. I think I've decided that this should be the front of the tree. Now I have a better idea about what I'm gonna do as far as styling this tree. You know, I've been staring at the apex of this juniper, and I keep debating what I'm going to do with the top of this, and I think it would make a far more interesting gin than it would as the apex. So I think I'm gonna turn that into a gin. Gotta be bold. Gotta be bold. The next day, I continued working on the Shimpaku. I cut away a few more branches and trimmed back the foliage so that it would get into a particular triangle shape. Now, because I let the tree grow and it developed so many vigorous branches, I didn't really have to put a ton of wire in to create the pads. Now, the tree isn't done by any means, but it is a good rough start in the overall design. I still need to clean up the bark. I still need to lime sulfur the gins and then repot in the fall. But as it is right now, it looks pretty good. Okay, so here is the semi-finished tree. I haven't really wired it very much. I put like a handful of wires, and I think it looks pretty good. You know, it doesn't have that kind of really polished look, but I'm happy with it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Take care of yourself. Until the next time. Bye-bye.